Greetings, my friends. My name is Mark Hoverson, and I am a father of 4 kids. And we've been doing lemonade stands for the last few years, and they have been an amazing way for our kids to learn about adding value to society and creating wealth and getting into service and thinking about business and really engaging the community. There's so many benefits to the Great Lemonade Crusade that this video is all about the official's player's guide. Now, a couple things, a word to both the mentor and to the youth that is watching this. And I know we have kids as young as 5 years old watching this. So if you're 5 years old, let me give you a big high five and tell you, this is my attempt at a high five to you, that you're awesome. And I know we got a lot of kids that are young. We got some teenagers as well. So let me get straight to the player's guide, but give you this little side note. The goal of this is not to have a 1-star or a 2-star lemonade stand. The goal is to have like a 3 or a 4 or a 5-star lemonade stand. And let me tell you why. It's because sometimes when we've stopped at other kids' lemonade stands, now this is kind of intense, so listen. We stopped by and the lemonade was watered down. It wasn't cold. The kid didn't really say thanks. They took our money and then they put the hands on the rims of the glasses, which is kind of unsafe. It's not really a healthy thing to do. The lemonade wasn't very good. And really the lemonade stand wasn't about us, the consumer. It seemed like it was more about the kid making a couple bucks. And that's really not the equation. The equation should be different, where if you focus on making a lemonade stand, that's a fun, exciting, cool, refreshing, tasty experience for your buyers and your clients. You're going to have a lemonade stand that not only feels great to do, but it's good for the whole community. So, without further ado, let's get straight into the official player's guide. The player's guide is going to be audited by the mentor and the youth. So there's a lot of honor system involved, and any details that are not in this video will be on this website somewhere convenient. So without further ado, this is how you track your points. The mentor and you track them as they go down. Again, your integrity is assumed, and I know there's some cool prizes and stuff, so everybody's hustling for those. So number one, a mentor noticed entrepreneurial potential and ambition in you, the youth. If they shared the vision of the Great Lemonade Crusade with you and you just said, yes, I'll do it, you get 5 points. So give yourself 5 points if you're basically here saying, yeah, I'm in, or you're watching this to decide if you're in. Number two, if you watch the 5 Secrets video, actually this video is called the 5 Secrets video. There's a lot more than 5 secrets, but as I was writing this, I called it the 5 Secrets. So if you watch this video all the way through, the whole thing, I don't know, it might be 20, 30 minutes, you receive another 5 points. So you can get 10 points by the end of this video, actually. Number 3, and here we start getting into the details. If you make 2 signs, okay, 2 different signs, both at least 2 feet tall and 2 feet wide, okay, so they have to be 2 feet tall and 2 feet wide at least. And there's at least 3 separate colors on these 2 signs. So they can be the same 3 separate colors on the 2 different signs, but they have to have at least 3 signs. And that's because marketing, people like colors. They like seeing effort. And when you give effort and you sow effort into your business, your clients notice that, hey, there was some effort put into this, and they're more amped to support it. They're more apt to buy the product. They love it. It's called marketing. So you got to have at least 3 colors. They have to be at least 2 feet tall by 2 feet wide. And then on this website, there's going to be a smaller printout image that is going to say official player in the Great Lemonade Crusade. And what that is that's going to be just a little tag that we put on each of those signs. So that has to be in the lower right-hand corner. It's not going to take up too much space in your sign, but you'll have a PDF that you can print out that will have the image of official player in the Great Lemonade Crusade. So that's got to be on there. One sign will include an arrow pointing to your stand. So one of the signs is going to be a little bit away from your stand. Maybe it's down on the block, maybe it's down the road a little bit. Maybe you have your little brother or sister or somebody holding the sign with the arrow that says, you know, lemonade stand that way. That's to get traffic so people don't miss your lemonade crusade stand. And then the other sign is at the point of the lemonade stand. So those are the 2 signs. And when you do that, you take a picture of both of them. It can be on your parent's cell phone or your cell phone or your mentor's cell phone, and you receive 20 points. Now that's the artistic stuff. Now number 4, if you have at least 7 lemons, this can be real or fake, in a clear pitcher, this can be glass or plastic, as a display at your stand, add 5 points. So you get 5 more points for that. These are 7 lemons. They can be real. They can be fake. It can be a clear pitcher. You know, you don't have to go out and buy like, don't be spending a whole lot of money on this. You probably have a clear pitcher that's around your house somewhere, and you might have some fake lemons or something like that. So throw those in a pitcher, and that's at your display. And again, that's that extra effort that, you know what, we care. We care about presenting this business in a cool, nice way. Sometimes we go into a restaurant and we notice if the restaurant is dirty or if the restaurant is just plain and bland, that restaurant owner barely makes any money. It oftentimes, unless the food is exceptional, it's not that busy, and it's because they don't give that extra effort of presentation. Compare that to a restaurant that if they just have a couple little flowers in there and a fun little tablecloth, and it just feels more energetic to be there. That's the idea behind the 7 lemons. So take a picture of that, and what I encourage you to do is take a picture of all this stuff, because there's a video option that if you make the video and all these pictures show into the video, you get more points as well. But add 5 points for the 7 lemons, and that's to help with the display. Number 5, if you offer to add a small wedge of real lemon inside each glass sold using a fork or tongs, no fingers, you don't use your fingers, and put the lemon wedge in there, you receive 5 points. Now here's the key to save money, because lemons can be pricey. Make the wedge very small. It doesn't have to be a huge chunk of lemon wedge. It's simply an added bonus. Now here's the thing. The lemon wedges should be covered by either saran wrap or something like that, and you grab them with a fork or tongs, and you offer to put the real lemon inside each glass of lemonade. Again, this is the extra tinge. This is the extra touch. This is the extra 3-star, 4-star, 5-star lemonade, and that's what it takes to be an official player in the Lemonade Crusade. Number 6, and we tested all this stuff, and we've had people that have given our kids $5 for a glass of lemonade because the experience was just so fun. They got, you'll see as we go on. Number 6, if you have a little vase of any assortment of flowers at your stand, they can be real or fake, you receive 5 more points. Again, this is that little added touch of care, and it's about them. It's like, hey, you come to my lemonade stand, it's going to be a refreshing dose of entrepreneurial Americana, or if you're in Great Britain or the UK or Canada or Mexico or whatever it is, it's going to be a sense where literally we want people stopping by feeling like, you know what, the future is in good hands. We've got these kids, and they care, and they get it, and we love it, and we're going to support it. And that's the kind of thing that we're after with the Great Lemonade Crusade. So if you have an assortment of flowers of any kind at your stand, real or fake, you receive 5 points. Make sure you take a picture. Number 7, if you have an upbeat and fun music playing at your lemonade stand, this can be an iPhone plug-in, this can be a little tiny boom box, you receive 5 points. Make sure it's not too loud so it doesn't bother anybody. And it should be probably, popular pop-type music or something, and just have it playing. And you'll see a lot of times we're in restaurants, and it's funny, we'll be out, and I'm like, the only thing missing from this restaurant is cool music. It's the only thing that's missing. But if you go to a restaurant that's popping, usually there's a really specific type of music playing. And so have a little music playing in the background and add yourself 5 points. Are you getting the feeling that this lemonade stand, it's not a lot more work to add that. It's a little bit more, but it makes the whole experience awesome. You'll be glad you did. Number 8, if you have at least 2 bonus non-edible offers for sale at your lemonade stand, it can be greeting cards that you make. It can be a little craft that you make. It can be little cars or fun toys that you purchase from the dollar store, knickknacks, and you sell them for at least 3 times what you purchased for them. Add 25 points. Let me give you an example. My kid, Isaac, he would do a lemonade stand, and you could get 3 little Matchbox cars for $1 at the dollar store. Okay, now what he did, those are 33 cents a piece, he sold them for $1. He had them on display as little knickknacks next to the lemonade stand. People would come up, and the kid would say, oh, I want that, it's $1. Oh, sure, it's $1. That's called a triple your profit, and it's cool, and it's convenient, and it's fun. So take a little trip to the dollar store or the knick-knack things, get a couple knickknacks that you know are a good deal for someone. You've got to charge 3 times more than you purchased for them, because what's the point? You're putting in the time, you're putting in the bonus of the flowers, of the music, you're laying out time and effort, and it's perfectly cool to have somebody look at something and say, ooh, I like it, and I like that price, and it's fun, and I want it right now, and pay $1 for something that you paid 33 cents for. Totally cool, totally fun. And if you have at least 2 of those items, so can be, like I said, get creative, but it'll be fun. It'll be like a little knick-knack thing. Add 25 points. Number 9, if a non-family member purchases one of the bonus offers, add another 10 points. So if you have the car out here and a non-family member comes by and says, yeah, I want that little knick-knack, and pays $1 for it, give yourself an additional 5 and give yourself an additional 10 points. Now again, you'll want to watch this video a couple times to get it. It's very simple, and it's very strategic, and you'll know more why at the end of the whole experience. Number 10, if you have one free sample of an edible item, and this is that you helped make, I don't care if you're 5, I don't care if you're 7, I don't care if you're 9, you should help make this. So mom, dad, mentor, don't do this for the kids. This is not your lemonade stand. This is not the great parents doing a lemonade stand for their kids. This is the Great Lemonade Crusade, and what it is it's young kids who see a vision, who want to really play a real life game and have an experience of creating some wealth by creating value in an experience for people. And that's really the heart of the matter. So if you have one free sample of an edible item, this can be, and literally this can be little sliced up apples too, that you help, slice up and maybe put a little cinnamon on them or whatever. Whatever, as long as they're edible and as long as they're free and as long as they're bite-sized, you receive 10 points. Again, we've done this with free popcorn, and we've had people at that same time do $5 a glass of lemonade. Now, you can charge, I don't recommend you charge anything less than like a lot of people do, it's just free will, right? Free will. Just come to the lemonade stand, here's the cup of lemonade, it's free will. You can give $1, you can give $0.25, you can give $5. What we've noticed is that free will actually usually ends up with the most money. We've tested $1 a glass, and that's because we've tested different recipes, and we found a really good real lemonade. We used cane sugar and real lemons, and there wasn't any Country Time lemonade, and it had to be at least $1 to make it worth it. We'd make 18 cups of it, sell it out really fast. But then we also noticed that when we added free popcorn and some knickknacks, people would pay $5 for the experience because it was so cool. So you guys play around with how you want to do that. It's totally up to you. But if you add a free will edible thing, a little sample, it seems that people end up feeling compelled to share a little bit more money. So that's awesome. Number 11, if you have a bonus edible item for sale, and this can be, we've had kids take from the garden that they've picked carrots or peas or beets or radishes, and the garden that you picked, we don't want the parents picking these, we want the kids picking these if it's garden, or a baked good that you helped make, add 10 points. So if you have a bonus, like a little bake sale kind of thing for sale, but you did it, it can, like I said, it can be carrots, peas, whatever. It can also be baked goods, lemon bars, whatever, but they're for sale, add 10 points. Now, if someone purchases an edible item for at least 50 cents or more, you can't give away the peas for 10 cents so you can get the 10 points. They've got to purchase whatever it is for 50 cents or more. Give yourself 10 more points. Number 13, when you receive money for your first glass of lemonade, now this can be a family member or a non-family member, give yourself another 10 points. That first sale always feels great. Now, when a non-family member makes an initial purchase of your lemonade, you receive 10 points as well. So here's the deal. If your first purchase of lemonade is a stranger, you end up with 20 points because your first glass was purchased and a non-family member purchased. So this is on a first sale thing. If your first glass is purchased by a non-family member, you receive 20 points. Now, this might feel a little bit dizzy, but it's pretty simple. Print out these directions, watch the video, and just kind of make a little chart, make a little note like, hey, that happened, and give yourself 10 points. Give yourself 20 points. If your lemonade stand is open for at least 90 consecutive minutes, you receive 50 points. We want the lemonade stand to be 90 minutes. Some kids, I've noticed, they don't have the wherewithal, they don't have the stamina to sit there and sit there and sit there. Well, here's the thing, you don't want to be sitting there. If nobody's at your lemonade stand, you want to stand up with a sign or with the jar of lemonade or holding a lemonade in one hand and waving to people that walk by on the other. That's what's standard with our kids. There's really no sitting and just slouching down and hoping that people are going to show up. That's not how the world doesn't react or respond to that. What's nice is a smiling kid with 7 lemonades and a clear pitcher waving by their lemonade stand. And we did that, and it's fun. It's fun to see a kid doing that. You be that kid that's doing that. Be enthusiastic, because the 90 minutes is going to pass whether you give it your whole heart and soul or whether you're just sitting there slouched over. So make sure you give it a really amazing, good effort. But if it's open for at least 90 minutes, give yourself 50 points. Now, number 16, if you have had so much fun the first 90 minutes, you can do the lemonade stand on a separate day again for another 90 minutes, because you're going to learn more stuff. You're going to get insight from that first experience that you can bring into the next experience. You already spent time creating the 2 signs. Why not get more creation and get more value out of the 2 signs? You already have the 7 lemonades. See what I'm saying? It's not, if you look at it as a one-time splash, that's okay. It's still a great experience. But here's what's cool. If you look at the signs and you're like, you know what? These signs might pay for my new bike. These signs might buy me a Mac computer. These signs might end up creating enough wealth for me to go to pay for whatever, take my mom or dad or best friend to a movie or whatever. Get some usage, get value out of the value that you create, because you already have all this stuff. You might as well do it. And a lot of people double or triple their money, and it takes a lot less time the second time because you've already done it. So we want to reward that. And if you do 2 lemonade stands within the date of August 1st through the 10th, you receive another 50 points. Okay? I mean, it's worth thinking about. Don't worry if it doesn't work out, but here's the thing. Total time, it's probably 90 minutes. A good movie is like 2.5 hours. Instead of watching a movie, have another lemonade stand. Go for it. Parents, mentors, I know your lives are busy, 2.5, 3 hours. It is a time commitment. What I think, though, is going to happen is I think you're going to see that it's worth it. From the Great Lemonade Crusade on and on and on and on into the future, I can see amazing people coming up with restaurant ideas, with business experiences, with retail shopping experiences that are meaningful and fun and peppy, have ideas. And really, I think with the Lemonade Crusade, when we have kids that are 7 and 10 and 12 and 15 engaging at a 3 to 5 star Lemonade Crusade stand versus your typical just whatever ho-hum, I think we're creating a habit in them for excellence and for zest and for effort, and to really love the rewards that come with that kind of effort. So I challenge you, do it twice. Number 17, if you make a 2-minute video that incorporates pictures and stories of your experience of what you learned as an official player in the Great Lemonade Crusade, you receive 25 points. And it must be submitted by August 15th. Details are on this website. Now here's the deal. Granted, the mentor might have to play savior on this one and probably is going to do the computer editing. Maybe it's your older brother's girlfriend who's good with making a 2-minute video and editing stuff because she has a Mac and she can do it fast. I don't know, because a lot of kids aren't going to be able to make this edit, so I don't expect the kids to make the 2-minute video. But if you make a 2-minute video and it's part of you and your mentor's situation, you receive 25 points. And here's what we want to do. We want to see your signs. We want to see, maybe hear the music. We want to hear you tell a little bit of your experience and what you learned as an official player, and submit that, because it's kind of cool. It's kind of fun. I'd upload it to YouTube. Make sure a parent or a legal guardian is okay with the youth being on YouTube, and do it. It'll be awesome. 19, if you attend live or watch the recording of the youth-led Lemonade Crusade Google Hangout on Tuesday, August 13th at 7 p.m., the link will be on this website, you receive 15 points. If you don't watch it live, you must watch the recording by the following day at 9 p.m. We're going to have a bunch of kids get together and lead. It'll be probably led by, we'll have some of the leaders share, and literally the kids will be on a hangout, and we're going to help organize the hangout. It's going to be fun. It's going to be cool. And adults are not going to be officially forbidden from being on it, because they're going to be next to the kids and this and that. But we want it to be youth-led, because this whole movement is about raising up the youth, and they're going to host it. And they're going to ask the questions and interact with each other, get familiar with the technology. We're going to be there to make sure nothing breaks and it's all is well and it moves fast. It's probably going to be 30 minutes long. But if you attend, and part of it is we want you to meet people, meet people that did the Lemonade Crusade on the other part of the country. Who knows? Someday we might do a huge convention and you'll be part of a Lemonade Crusader with some friend that you met, in Texas and you live wherever. I mean, it's lots of cool stuff can come from this. So that's why we want the community to start. And we're doing the Google Hangout there. So you attend, 15 points. You watch the replay, 15 points. Number 19, we're almost done. Number 19, if you make a simple one-page profit loss report, okay, called a P&L. It's called a P&L in the business world with your mentor. So you guys create it together that accounts for the cost of the ingredients. How much did the lemons cost? How much did the Country Tide lemonade cost? The recipe, just make sure it tastes good. You can research online to create like a premium blend lemonade. That's what we did, but you don't have to do that. If Country Time is cool and you squeeze a little real lemon in there and you add ice in a wedge, hey, that's a 3-star lemonade situation. You want to use all cane sugar and real lemons and purified filtered water and make it a 5-star and charge $2 a glass, and it's better than anything they get at the Country Time. Like, we went to a fair and it was funny, the people we were with, we got the $5 lemonade from the fair, and the person was like, man, your kid's lemonade is way better than this. That's the kind of lemonade that we've done, but we've also done cheaper, easier, faster lemonade. So whatever. So figure out how much it cost with the ingredients, with the signage, right? You had to buy the $2 things. You had to print out some stuff. So take some rough estimate on the cost of the markers and whatnot. The baked goods, how much did it cost? Was the brownie a box, $1.50 for the brownie box? I mean, account what it was. The knickknacks, you spent $5 on knickknacks. Total time invested, think about how long did it do the signage, how long did you prepare, how long did it take to make the lemonade, how long did it make to clean up, the whole thing. And you get something of your total cost in dollars and time. And we want to also teach the youth that your time is actually more important than the money that you make. So we want you to understand that time is to be measured, it's to be calculated, it's to be redeemed, it's to be valued. That's why we have it in part of the profit and loss. Plus shows your total revenue. How much money did you make? Total, how much came in, and that gives yourself 50 points. This is very important because a lot of people start businesses and they don't understand the nature of profit and loss. They don't understand the cost of time, and they don't understand how to create a business that creates wealth for the business owner. So this is an important practice that it's going to be exciting for a 8-year-old, 9-year-old to actually do it in real life. Talk about using math in a real way. Super powerful. Number 20, if your mentor reads the quiz below and you answer with 100% correct answers before you do your lemonade stand, you receive 20 points. You get a maximum of 3 attempts to achieve 100%. So here's the questions, and even if you're 5, even if you're 7, even if you're 6, you can answer these things accurately. So repetition is the mother of learning. So if you're the mentor or the mother or the father, go over these 4 questions with your kids and make sure they know them 100% and that they can answer in a row. So the question, and the kids can watch this and know the answers right now. Here it is, question 1. When you are giving someone lemonade, what are your fingers not to touch? They're not to touch the lemonade wedge because you're handling money, or your hands are just not to touch the lemonade wedge. And it's not to touch the rim of the glass. That's the glass right here. Sometimes kids will grab the glass and put their fingers in there, and then people put their mouth on there, and that's how they get weird sores in their mouth and germs get spread. So you grab the glass at the base. You don't put your fingers on that. I've noticed that with kids' lemonade stuff, and it's just it's not proper. Understand? You get the wedge with a fork or with the tongs. Okay, that's just a health and safety kind of responsibility thing. Question number 2. So, question number 1, when you're giving someone a lemonade, what don't your fingers touch? They don't touch the wedge and they don't touch the rim of the glass. Doesn't mean they don't touch the glass, just the rim. Question number 2, what is the most important thing you wear during your lemonade stand? Is it a hat? Is it sunglasses? And make sure, just a little safety thing, for the mentor, this is obvious, but make sure the kids are drinking water, make sure they've rested well, make sure they look presentable, make sure their hair is styled how, whatever. If they have crazy style, make sure it's styled nice and crazy. If they have a real, just so it looks like it's deliberate and it's cared for, and we want the kids to present themselves. They shouldn't have messy, dirty shirts with lemonade, stickiness all over it and sugar all over it, or dust on their shirts. The shirt should be clean. Whatever the style is, they should be clean. The hair should be, presentable, and they should be hydrated and watered, and so that they don't dehydrate, because it's going to be hot probably wherever you are. But the most important thing you wear is actually a smile. It's amazing how many lemonade stands I've been by where the kids are just sitting there and they're not smiling. It's just not okay. So make sure you're smiling. And it's not an act, it's an act of kindness to your customers, that you're smiling, you're excited that they're there, you're excited to see them. And even when people aren't there and they're driving by, you're waving with your lemonades, with your lemons, and you're smiling, waving at them. Just, have a great day, and they will stop, and it'll be a great experience. So the most important thing you wear, a smile. Question number 3. What are the 2 keys to good lemonade? Number 1, that it's cold. Number 2, that it tastes good. Now, if you're mentoring with a kid that's 5 or 6 or 7, or maybe the actually answering, that they get anxiety answering these questions, use the object lesson. So you actually take out a little lemon wedge or a carrot wedge or just something to illustrate in a glass, and say, where don't you touch the glass? So you use the object as a pedagogy, as a training piece, right? And then you can draw, make an action. What's the most important thing you wear during your lemonade stand, and tell them to smile, so they can get these answers. It might not be verbally, but as long as they understand, that's cool. What are 2 keys to good lemonade? That it's cold and that it tastes good. In other words, that it's not warm and that it's not watered down. Question number 4, what's the magic word you share with your customers? Thanks. I have many times purchased. I always stop every single time I see a kid with a Kool-Aid stand, a lemonade stand. Every time, no questions asked, I stop. And less than 50% of kids smile, and less than 50% of kids say thanks. Seriously, this is not an official player in the Lemonade Crusade. The reason we want that on the sign is we want that. That's a standard that we want everyone to enthusiastically be proud to represent, because this is a movement that is really cool. So I'm excited to see the players deliver. Remember, the details are on this website, and these are the officials players guide. It's going to be fun. It's going to be sweaty. It's going to be a lot of work. It's going to taste great, and I'm excited. So welcome to the great Lemonade Crusade.